Yo, people, be up, everyone in here already. Hope you guys are doing well on this Monday, and we're back for the first time in what is probably the first time in probably over a month since we done the last one, um, the last cricket show. Apologies about that. 3 weeks ago, so 3 weeks. What date? 17th, so almost a month. Almost a month. We just made it in time to make it less than a month. And yeah, of course, the three things you guys see in the title. And then we have got other stuff also lined up, but the topics are for today mostly IPL, 16.5 season so far. If you know, you know. If you know the phrase, you know. We'll put the video up. Um, Jimmy Adams, Jimmy Anderson, of course, terrible breaking news that came out today. England ladies played Pakistan on the weekend. They defeated them really comfortably. Pakistan men's defeated Ireland very easily. So yeah, but yeah, yeah. Um, Money is here to join me, um, and yeah, he is. Yes,
Yeah, I had a bit of an issue there, but I'm back, and good to be back for our little trip to the boundary. It's been a
yeah.
long time.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time. So yeah, but be up everyone that's inside. Hopefully you guys are ready to talk about the great sport that is cricket. And now let's get to the first topic, which is 16 out of 10 IPL season so far. Now, if you don't know the reference, you'll quickly learn it. The 16 out of 10. If you know the reference, you know the reference. If you don't, you'll learn pretty soon. But yeah, Bogav, myself. Um, so yeah, I'm good. Hope you're well, Bogav. So 16 out of 10. If you guys want to know, here's the clip. Here's the meme.
Story
By the
a little,
way,
but
can
here
I
we
just
are.
say the two girls below us are looking 16 out of 10s today, both of them. Right.
Big up the panel. I told as for a story.
Yeah, so that, that's where the meme comes.
Okay. So here's the deal: if you want to compliment a lady on her looks, by all means do so, but not on the air during a stream. All right. Say what you want to say in private. Be professional.
Yeah. So 16 out of 10. Just like Ryan said, the goals are looking 16 out of 10. This IPL season is looking 16 out of 10 because there's three spots still left, and 6 teams are contending for it. I'll bring up the table now. Gujarat Titans KK game, I see, has been delayed by rain today, so I think they might just share the points really, and I think that helps Gujarat. Well, do they each get 1 point? I believe.
They
Or
could, yes. Obviously, the updates that are going on will tell us that the rain is getting much, much heavier. Um, you know,
so
the thing is though, there is a chance that in about 20 minutes they could have a 5 overs a side game, and it's still drizzling, so the chances are getting a little bit better. But if the rain still continues and it rains beyond 11 o'clock local time, which would be, I want to say, 6:30 p.m. UK time, 7:30 p.m. South Africa time, where you are now. If it's still raining, then the mop is in full swing and they're still chatting. the covers have started to come off, so they could have a 5-over game, but I don't know how far it'll go. But if play is called off, then I do believe each team will get 1 point.
Yeah. Oh, 1 point, 1 point. Kolkata already there. 1 point doesn't really help the Titans. But let me bring up the table. Be up yourself, Chelsea fan. Yeah, I had a good weekend. Hopefully you had one as well. Um, so yeah. So KKR basically, yeah, KKR qualified. Rajasthan have 2 games left to play. Um, of course, Kolkata playing their 13th game now. So 19. So Rajasthan should be qualified because, yeah, RCB and Delhi got 12 points and only 1 game left. So Rajasthan are qualified. It's just about where they finish. Um, CSK got RCB next. And Hyderabad got Gujarat and Punjab. So, from, of course, a Delhi perspective, I'm looking at Gujarat, Punjab, and CSK. Those 3 teams to win their games against Hyderabad, and Punjab to be, yeah, Punjab, Gujarat and Punjab to beat Hyderabad, and CSK to beat RCB. Then I can only hope us beat. I can only hope we beat Lucknow, which we should do. Lucknow got 2 games in it. Got 2 games, so they play Mumbai and us. If they lose against us, they're probably out. So yeah, but we need a massive one against Lucknow. So let me basically try and figure it out. Um, if we, yeah, let's just figure it out. So Kolkata, they win. Let's say the game rains out basically. Then Gujarat, yeah, it's been confirmed, updated now. Be up to ESPN. Weekend value can see there now.
Yep, just
Abandoned
seen it.
19 points and 11 points. So Gujarat got SIH to play, which puts them on 13 points. 13 points does get them into the playoffs, but then Lucknow, Delhi, and RCB need to lose. Well, okay, no, it actually doesn't. Apologies. So Gujarat are basically eliminated. Mumbai are also eliminated. Um, so Lucknow, Delhi, RCB, Hyderabad, and in some case, Chennai. So Lucknow got DC and MI. If they win both of those games, depending on net run rate, they could be in there. Delhi, Delhi need to first and foremost beat Lucknow. Then hope Bangalore lose to CSK, and then hope Hyderabad lose both the games they have in hand. Um, so yeah, um, it's a lot
Mm,
of ifs and buts, but
yeah.
yeah, the fixtures.
And of
Um,
course, the significant part about the game being abandoned today is that if Kolkata are able to win their last game against the Royals, they pretty much confirmed that they will top the group. But Rajasthan, of course, can still recover from their blip by winning their last 2 games, and then they will top the group outright. So,
yeah,
still something to play for the Royals, who have, of course, lost Joss Butler as he goes back to England to be with his partner who's expecting a child. And of course, to prepare for the T20 series against Pakistan and prepare for the World Cup. So good luck, Skipper, and congratulations.
okay. Yeah. So lots of ifs and buts and maybes. Looking at the fixtures, that's the most important thing because looking at it, Delhi play tomorrow. So Delhi finish their campaign tomorrow. Then it's finished. Then they are just spectators of what's to come. Now Delhi need to either smash Lucknow because that net run rate is awful, or hope Sunrisers get obliterated in all of those matches. So tomorrow, Delhi win, and they basically just there sitting on the beach waiting. I believe Delhi have a beach, right? No,
Nope.
Delhi's in central. Yeah, Delhi's
Yep.
central. Yeah, but then they go down to the beach in in Mumbai, I believe has a beach. They go to Mumbai, rest, and be spectators and see if they have a season to play. Um,
But then why would they want to go to the beach when they can take a trip to Agra, which is nearby, and go and see the Taj Mahal?
that as well. Yeah, that is an option as well. So yeah, but um, we won't give our predictions for all the matches. Just basically say our top four money. Top four. Does
Ooh.
RCB or Delhi get in? I'm just going to shamelessly say Delhi gets in somehow, some way. Even though I think it's pretty impossible, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I, I'll tell you one thing. The thing about CSK, I really don't like this team. They perform terribly, and then
Nobody has.
somehow they somehow go on a run of form to sneak in, and they end up doing just enough to get by, and they end up going on a run. But I'm actually going to stick my neck out and say that the Super Kings will end up choking against RCB. And if RCB manage to beat Chennai, they end up going above them in terms of net run rate while having the same number of points. And that means that they will end up going down below Hyderabad. I can't see Hyderabad losing their games. I think they have had a bit of a blip in some games, but Gujarat Titans, they are effectively, they certainly fought a great deal against some teams and had some good wins against the likes of the Royals at the SMS Stadium and also beat Chennai at Ahmedabad. But I think Gujarat have really just been their own worst enemy at times. And as for the Punjab Kings, well, they literally have gone from
Yeah,
kings to
yeah, yeah. My predictions
serfs,
don't
really.
come out true, hey?
Yeah. So for me, it should be the Royals who might end up topping the group because now that Butler's gone, obviously they're going to pick another inform opener, and Jaiswal seems to be coming back into
Yeah,
form.
that's
I actually think that the Royals should be able to win their last two games, and they will top the group. So Rajasthan, KKR, Sunrisers, and the Royal Challengers. That's my top four.
Royal
Sorry, Hanno.
challenges. Okay, so CSK, do you have them in or not?
Nope. Nope.
Oh,
I think their luck will run out.
jeez, Matt. So last game for both CSK against
Ooh.
RCB. Where's that game being played?
I believe it's
Uh,
being played at the Chinnaswamy in
ooh.
Bangalore.
Yeah, that puts RCB as favourites. Not gonna lie. Um, yeah. But who do I want to fall out? I'm just going to say Hyderabad fallout and we somehow get sneaking. I don't know how, but the cricket helpers above will be there. Um,
You are clutching at straws, son. Clutching at
I'm
straws.
absolutely clutching at straws. Um,
Hanno's looking at the data, aren't you?
yeah, I'm looking very hard at that net run rate, trying to figure out how the hell can we get fourth.
yeah.
Um, but yeah. As for the race, I think Chennai. Yeah, I think the rest stay the same. I think we just go in instead of Hyderabad. So yeah, Mr. B.
Yeah, man. How you
Uh,
both all right? You
yeah,
guys? Yeah,
All
cool.
we're
good,
good.
all good, all good.
Yeah, your
Yeah,
top
brilliant.
four. Do RCB sneak in? Do Lucknow even sneak in? Lucknow got 2 games against Delhi and against MI. Um,
I don't know.
and
Um, uh,
RCB got CSK.
hmm,
Sunrisers got 2 games still to
hmm.
play on 14 points. They won just 1 game. They have secured it.
Yeah. What's the sort of form table at the moment? Is there sort of like a form table?
Yeah, they the losses. Yeah, the losses. So, on your right hand side is the
Oh,
recent
yeah.
matches. So yeah,
Yeah, so Kolkata are obviously top for a reason. Their Royals, well, we were going pretty well.
KK and Royals
Yeah,
are through,
second anyway.
are through.
Yeah,
So
we're still there, Manny. We're still there, aren't we? The Royals, so still got a good chance there, mate. So,
Yep. I mean, obviously we've lost the butler. He's gone home. I just said that,
mm,
but probably just as well because apart from those 2 centuries, he hasn't really produced very much, has he?
no, unfortunately not. As long as he does it for England, though, I don't mind that. But yeah, it is a shame because we needed him here. We needed him firing at the Royals, but he started off fairly well. I thought he was going quite well at one stage, but tailed off a bit. But hopefully, as long as he does it for England, and we're not far away from that World Cup now. So, and the good for the women the other day, winning, beating Pakistan women, brilliant. That
yeah,
was
we'll
great.
get onto that. We'll get onto that.
Mm.
So, what do you reckon? Top four? Who gets in? Says the
Uh,
same.
I don't know. Could Bangalore get in there for all
They
challenges?
can. They can. They need to defeat CSK.
Mm. I reckon they could possibly get in there. Yeah.
Okay, so
Um.
RCB.
Yeah.
So
Well,
Sunrisers bottle it, or what's the story must be?
Kolkata will be there, wouldn't they? They'll definitely
Yeah,
be there.
Kolkata and Rajasthan are there.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
question
Definitely.
if Chennai Sunrisers, RCB, Delhi, and
Mm.
potentially Lucknow, but yeah,
Mm.
it's
I don't know
basically
about
from.
Delhi as well. I don't know about Delhi Capitals.
I also don't know.
I think Bengaluru definitely could do it. I'm going to say them and Kolkata, Rajasthan. Um, Probably Chennai.
Ooh, Sunrisers bottle it.
Mm.
2 games in hand against Gujarat and Punjab, and they bottle it.
Mm.
It would be scenes. It would be absolute scenes. If they do bottle it. Um,
It could
but
happen.
yeah,
Yeah.
it can happen. It can happen.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, but so lots of twists and turns to come. Um,
Mm.
so we'll quickly just run through the fixtures. Just say pick a team. Um, Delhi, Lucknow, Delhi will win.
Mm.
Um, Manny, Steve.
Um, yeah. Have you got to predict the score or the
No,
whatever?
just say who wins.
Right.
Just say who wins.
Um,
Just pick
uh,
a team.
uh, yeah. Who did you go for, Delhi? No, no.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think I'll go with them. Delhi as well.
Yeah,
Manny.
I will. You know, Fraser McGurk has been in brilliant form for them of late, keeping David Warner out of the side. Such a
Mm.
shame he won't be playing for Australia in the World Cup, but Australia's loss should be Delhi's gain, and if
Exactly,
he can
yeah.
continue, if he can continue to do that, then perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's a talent, that's for sure, isn't he? Real
he
talent.
is.
Brilliant.
Rajasthan against Punjab.
Well, hopefully the Royals. We want the Royals to win,
Yeah,
don't we?
Rajasthan will win that one. Punjab already eliminated, so Rajasthan.
We should beat them. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, definitely.
Sunrisers, Titans.
Mm.
Now, for the sake of Delhi getting in, we'll run the agenda. Titans to win. Titans have been eliminated. Last year's finalists are gone due to rain, fortunately, but gotta deal with it. Hyderabad
Yeah.
will lose this game. Titans will end the season on a high. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, yeah. I
Money.
would think. Is your Sunrisers, aren't you, Hannah? Are you Sunrisers?
No.
What are you? What are you again? What ones are you?
Delhi.
Oh, Delhi. Yeah.
Delhi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see why you want them to get through now.
Jinda's
Yeah,
got it right.
but yeah, I think Delhi should do it. But I think they're good. Gujarat. Yeah, I think they might win it, but I don't know. Sunrisers are doing fairly well, don't they?
Yeah,
Very good form.
if Sunrisers win, they basically have secured it. They've secured top four basically.
Yeah, I haven't really been watching that much lately. But yeah, I actually think maybe Sunrisers, should win
Okay,
that.
Sunrisers. It's not a bad shout. It's
Mm.
definitely not. It could win. Money.
I think, look, Gujarat have obviously been a team that has shown a great deal of fight, and they have picked up some
Yeah.
big scalps this season. But, they've also been their own worst enemy at times. And I just think with Hyderabad, looking to secure their spot, they've got the batsmen, they've got the bowlers and Cummins and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar and several others. Sorry, Hanno, but I'm afraid the Titans are going to be knocked down. The song might go, the sun always rises in Hyderabad.
Yeah.
Okay, Mumbai, Lucknow. Mumbai should win this one. Let's be real. Then again, Lucknow maybe, but I'm going to put my money on Mumbai.
Steve?
Money shaking his head. Okay.
They do need luck now.
Really, I love that.
They definitely do. Okay, so
Yeah, but I think Mumbai, wouldn't they? Would they win it? I don't know.
yeah, I'm back in Mumbai to win it.
Yeah.
Money, you have Lucknow.
Yeah, because look, obviously, Rahul Lokesh will be very disappointed not to be picked for the Indian squad. So there's a part of me that thinks that he'll obviously want to try to make up for that by ending this campaign on a high and proving that he's still capable. As for Mumbai, I think the Pandya captaincy experience has been an absolute disaster. Whether they stick with it for the next season will remain to be seen. But there have been several people, including a certain Abraham Benjamin de Villiers, who has criticised Pandya for being a bit too egotistical, and there might be something to that. So, when you have that, if you can't unite your team as a skipper and put the team before yourself as a captain, then in all honesty, you don't deserve to have the job. And the best captains, as we can all agree in whatever sport we've watched, they had the ability to unite the players and really make sure that they stayed humble. And I just don't think Pandya has the ability to do that. So as far as Mumbai are concerned, I think their wretched campaign will continue. Lucknow should win. No excuses. I know it's at the wanker head, but, I don't think Mumbai can have enough.
Still going Mumbai.
Oh, really?
Okay, that's fair. RCB, Chennai. For once in my life, I will be cheering for Chennai. Just this one
Yeah.
time, I will be cheering for Chennai. Well, to be fair, it depends. It depends because if Sunrisers won one of their games, then I probably should be supporting. Then I probably should be supporting the rain.
Mm.
Yeah, then I should be supporting the rain. So yeah,
Can you
um,
make it rain then, Hannah? Can you make it rain?
we'll try. We'll try
Get a
our
rain
best.
dance.
Um, yeah, this game at the Bengaluru, Bengaluru at the
Yeah, yeah,
Chennai.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I think RCB for me, I'll win that.
be up guys.
Yeah, be up there.
Chennai. Let's just go Chennai. I don't know why. Let's just go Chennai.
No, never. I'm going for RCB. I think MS Tony has stayed
Yeah.
around for too long. He's a bit of a hindrance to the team, and the team needs to move on from him. And wouldn't it be something if Chennai boy Dinesh Karthik Krishna Kumar were to be a part of the RCB team that knocks Chennai out? A little bit, almost a bit like Unai Emery denying Arsenal the league.
Yes, I do.
Almost,
Good
but yeah.
evening.
Oh yes,
Very good evening.
RCB for me.
RCB for you, Steve.
Yep, RCB. Yeah.
Okay. Last game. Last two games. Sunrisers Punjab. We're backing Punjab all the way. Punjab all the way. That's
What was Punjab's form then at the moment?
terrible. They lost late. Terrible.
Oh, right. So they couldn't do make a shock here or anything. Surprise. Yeah, I'll probably go Sunrisers here.
Has to be Sunrisers.
Mm,
Has to be Sunrisers.
Probably should be Sunrisers. Would be a
yeah.
absolute disgrace if they don't win. So yeah. Rajasthan KKR 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 KKR. Well, to be fair, this is basically
Yeah.
a pre-show to the first knockout game we're going to see because I expect both of them to stay top. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you got to go for the Royals here.
Me too. Me too. I think they are determined to end this season much better than they have. I mean, obviously they've had a blip the last few games, but they're going to want to, really prove where they are. And yeah, it's in Guwahati, so they're moving away from the Sawai Mansingh Stadium, but still, Hala Bol Rajasthan.
What man he said.
I
I don't know what
okay.
that means.
Hala Bol is sort of like a local. In the local vernacular, it means say it loud and support with your heart or something like that. Yeah.
All right. Mm.
Yeah.
You say it there every day, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah. So next is a sad one. Sad one. It was coming for a while. It has been coming.
Jimmy Hands.
Jimmy Anderson.
Jimmy Anderson. Jimmy. Yeah.
He has
Wouldn't
announced that he will be retiring. Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's retiring altogether. He's still playing county cricket, isn't he? So
yeah, but
always saying
international
that.
cricket,
Mm.
yeah, he has retired. I'm just going to see if I can get an article here. Let's just says James Anderson. So yeah, basically the summer after the first test, you guys are playing in the summer, right? After the first test?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, after the first test. Who is the first test? You guys are playing.
West Indies, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have it.
Mm.
To retire. Jimmy Anderson has announced that he will retire from international cricket after England's first test after summer at Lords. Against West Indies, bringing the curtain down on a legendary career which all began 21 years ago.
Cool.
He
Yeah.
turns 24 in July, made his test debut at Lords in 2003 against
Cool.
Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
It's
I
gone on
remember
to
it.
take 700 wickets, the most by any pace bowler in Test history.
Mm.
His eventual tally of 188 caps will be the second most in Test history. Sachin Tendulkar ahead of him on 200.
Cool.
In a press statement released on Instagram, Anderson confirmed he would represent England one last time, although speaking later to BBC's Tell in this podcast, he did not rule out the possibility of extending his playing career with Lancashire. Then just the old quote thing he said. Anderson has previously harbored ambitions to play England's sixth test this summer against West Indies and Sri Lanka, even refused to rule out being around for the 25-26 Ashes, by which point he would be 43. However, following a face-to-face meeting on the golf course with Test head coach Brendan McCullum in April,
Yeah.
and further conversations involving managing the director Rob Key
Okay.
Anderson
Okay.
was informed the team needed to look beyond him this summer with view of owing to the tour of Australia. How dare they? How dare England look past Jimmy Anderson? How dare they? How dare
Well,
you?
they got to, haven't they? Eventually, I mean, you can't carry on forever, can you?
Dare they? They should allow him
Mm.
to retire on his own terms, not force him to retire. The news of that meeting, initially reported in The Guardian on Friday, ultimately brought confirmation from Anderson 24 hours later. It's due to feature as part of BBC's live coverage of England's women's first match of the summer against Pakistan at Edgbaston on Saturday, but had subsequently pulled out. Speaking to Taylor, Anderson confirmed that his discussions with McCallum had come up as part of his annual appraisal of a 6-month mark on his 1-year contract. Just then a few quotes. Anderson reached 700 test wicket mark earlier this year in the fifth and final test of England's tour of India, though he has long been linchpin of England's attack. He's bowled just over 110 overs in 7 innings in that series after a tough Ashes campaign last summer, which he took just 5 wickets. The 85.4 in 4 test matches. Anderson is currently on a 1-year central contract which expires the end of the summer. Regarding his county career, however, Anderson admitted he was not 100% set on hanging up his boots and could yet feature in the latter half of Lancashire's championship campaign. And just more quotes. So yeah. It's a bit sad that it has
It
come
is.
so abruptly. But his last Test match will be against Lords, where it all started 21 years ago.
It's West
Uh,
Indies. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my
I
dad's going to
think
be there. My dad's going to it and all that, and my sister. So
Oh,
it'll be his
beautiful.
last one. Yeah.
Yeah, in my opinion, probably.
Sold out nearly. Sold out apparently nearly.
It should be. It should be. They should even allow more. They should have fan park and everything just outside the ground for those that can't make it. But absolute legend, Jimmy Anderson.
Yeah,
And probably in my eyes, probably one of the best,
yeah,
if
superb.
not
Yeah.
the best I have seen. Of course, I couldn't see the likes of Dale Steyn, and
Glenn
Dale
McGrath,
Steyn,
all
and but I'm just talking about the guys in the
that. Alan
2010s.
Donald. You seen Alan Donald? Did you
No,
ever
he
see
wasn't.
him? Oh no,
He
he
wasn't
wouldn't
born
do.
then.
No.
Yeah,
No, he's too
no,
young.
I'm just talking about the 2010s. Some of the great
Oh,
bowlers
okay.
in the 2010s. Steyn didn't really see his prime. Who else is there? Some of the Indian bowlers that I haven't seen them in the pump. So yeah, but James Anderson, him, Venom Philander, I saw a bit of him. Um,
He's a
and
great bowler
then
and all.
and Broad. So I think Jimmy Anderson probably the best one I've seen play. And it is a shame. It is a shame that it has come to an end. But all good things has to come to an end, sadly.
Yeah, of course they
So
do.
yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah.
He
But
couldn't carry on forever.
yeah, but Steve, you wanna have your two
Yeah,
cents on it?
I think it is a shame. But then, I mean, you're looking at his 41, 42 now, nearly. He's he's got to give it up at some stage. You can't carry on. Your body won't carry on, even though he looks incredibly fit still and amazing for that age. Like he could carry on, but you still got to rest. And I think he couldn't really carry on in all those test matches when he was in. I think it was in India, and he didn't seem like he was able to carry on in some of those. He looked a bit, out of it. Didn't look the same at times. So I think he needed a rest there. And I think you just can't carry on for long spells anymore when you get to that sort of age. Even though he is incredibly fit, but your body just can't do it still. What you used to do probably when you like in your teens, 20s, whatever, maybe even early 30s or whatever. But it is a shame, but we need to move on. We need to find somebody different. He'll never be forgotten because he's been amazing, total legend. His wickets speak for themselves, all the wickets he's got. And against some real proper great batsmen, he's done it, real legends, players, excellent players, and the likes of the Laras and all that of the world, and who's the rest, like War and all that. And he did bowl against War, didn't he, Steve War and that?
He did, yes.
Yeah, and trying to think a lot of the others. Well, there's plenty, isn't there? I mean, you look at South Africa, Graham Smith and all that, and who's the other one? The other guy, for South Africa, the all-rounder. You'd know him, man. Callis, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and and all that. There's been so many great batsmen around, and he's got a lot of them out, most of them out. Just shows you how great he is. And they used to say he could swing it around corners, basically, when it was swinging. In conducive pitches, he'd swing it like anything, And he's got great experience. And if he does do the coaching role that they're talking about, he's on about maybe doing coaching with England, possibly, bowling coach or whatever. Then good luck to him, because I think he's got all the knowledge in the world, and he'll bring on all our bowlers that need it, give them plenty of advice and nurture them, our young bowlers and stuff. So good luck to him, and but congrats, mate, and commiserations on your retirement, but you've been amazing, incredible player, one of our
Absolutely.
best. Mm.
Absolutely. Money.
Yeah, the tragic thing was that before Steve started becoming a regular, Kenny Ken was also coming on our streams, and we were talking about how, during the Ashes, Jimmy was struggling a little bit and wasn't exactly being able to take the wickets he could take. He was, in fact, if memory
That's
serves
right,
me
yeah.
right, dropped for the Headingley Test in favour of the likes of Ollie Robinson and Mark Wood, who were able to, get some just reward. But then after injury, Jimmy was brought back in. And Kenny was saying that although, yes, he wasn't quite able to take the wickets he wanted, he was very, very economical. And it's just that the pitches that normally would help him were not really provided for him. They were instead they weren't able to aim that type of swing for which he's been famous. So he was just expected to sort of be a little bit like a Matthew Hoggard, shop floor sweeper, as it were, in a way. And in India as well, India is always a tough place to bowl, especially if you're a quick. Very few have been the England players who've had success over there. It was effectively our spinners who were really the ones to sort of come home with any kind of credit. But Anderson was probably the best of a bunch of seamers that really tried their hardest, but just couldn't quite make the most of it. Mark Wood, in particular, was very, very expensive, and I know that he's been spoken about as one of the bowlers around whom the attack can be built, but he needs to improve his line and length and not be tonked around all the time. And that was something that rarely, if ever, happened with Jimmy. So England are going to miss him. And I don't know if you know this, Steve, but there was actually a video circulating on social media which saw Anderson bowling route out in the county championship. And one of the captions was, "Why are we letting this bloke retire? He could still do a job for us." But as several ex-internationals who play out their careers on the county circuit will tell you, there's a difference in intensity when you play international cricket and first-class cricket. Ricky Ponting, in particular, retired from international cricket with a bit of a whimper, but he still went on to play brilliantly for Tasmania. I believe they won the. I think they did win the Sheffield Shield, and Ponting ended up becoming the Australian Sheffield Shield Player of the Year that year. But again, he was smart enough to acknowledge that international sports had pretty much passed him by. And I think if Jimmy decides to continue playing for Lancashire, it will be good because at least they can identify some bowlers who can sort of come in and, learn from him, and then he can groom them before he finally leaves. A little bit like what Nathan Lyon is trying to do with Tom Hartley in a way. And always someone who had wonderful swing, but also wonderful control. I'll never forget how he fancied himself as a batsman, left-handed, despite being a right-arm bowler. And of course, that innings of 81 against India. I like that. And that innings of 81 against India was certainly one which was remarkable in a way. Always fancied himself as someone who could do better, but in the end, I think his exuberance got the better of him with the bat. And he will not want to remember being the last man out in one-run defeats against Sri Lanka and New Zealand. But all in all, magnificent cricketer. And I think, I don't know how you feel about this, Steve, but when he took that 700th wicket, I think you and I were starting to sense that maybe the end would be near, because when you reach that landmark, I don't even know what you can get. Ironically, if he were to take 10 wickets in that match, he'd go above Shane Warne, Lord rest his soul. But I don't know if he'd want to necessarily play for that record. He is, of course, far and away the greatest fast bowler of all time in terms of wickets taken. I don't know if he will take enough to end his career with 1,000 international wickets. But, he's been a trailblazer. He's been someone who's looked after his body magnificently. And if he were a batsman, he'd have many more years in the game and possibly many more tests and many more runs, a little bit like our Yorkshire boy Joe Root. But, I'm one of those who was lucky enough to have seen him on his debut, and I will hopefully be lucky enough to see him play his final test. Always evolved, and just quite simply got better and better as he got older. What a player!
Yeah, definitely. Brilliant. Amen to that. Actually, Han, do you mind? I've just got to go to the toilet, mate. I'll be back in a little while.
No
Okay.
worries.
Won't be too long. Cheers.
So that test July 10th. July 10th. We will be there, people. We will be there. We will be there. July 10th. Okay. Remember the date, guys. Let's remember the date. MSB is not here right now, so just quickly skip over the England ladies and then speak about Pakistan. Pakistan, who are currently in a series with Ireland. Have leveled the series after a win. Tomorrow, they play their third and final T20. Locked 1-1 after what was a great innings by Mohammad Rizwan. But Ireland did win the first T20. Pakistan, real contributions from Ireland were Kantaka 51. Bowling wise, Afridi stood out as always. Pakistan wise, it was Fakhar Zaman and Mohammad Rizwan that did their tour. Babar Azam did not get on the score sheet in this one, but he did get on the score sheet in the first one, I believe. He scored a 50, if I'm not wrong. 50, 75. No, 57. 57, yeah. So, yeah, Baba has got on the score sheet this season so far, but comparing them, Albany, they just got I think the team, it's usually the teams, this is going to sound stupid, but usually the teams that score the most runs win, but looking at the scorecard and reflecting on it, Ireland just, in that in the other game, it's not much difference, really. They actually got a higher total, to be fair, to them. But I think Pakistan was just on it. And they are two guys getting big totals, and they pay the price for it. So yeah, Azam Khan also done really well for his 30. So goes into the third and final T20, where Ireland could win this T20 series. Manny, is it do Ireland have a chance?
Well, I think to answer your question, I want to take a look at both of these things and sort of compare and contrast, because you obviously take a look at the Pakistan innings in the first T20. Obviously, Azam top scoring there with 57. Iftikhar Ahmed contributing with 37 down the order. Big strike rate there from the veteran. And Saim Ayub at the top. But hardly any other contributions. In fact, Azam Khan and Shadab Khan went out for ducks, and Rizwan got out for one. And the bowling was quite steady, not necessarily economical, except for Craig Young, who starred, and Gareth Delaney, who was also quite good. But with regard to Ireland, their batting obviously led by Balbirnie at the top. I think I've said many times that the thing about T20 cricket is that if you have one player playing one really good innings, the rest of the team pretty much bat around him. And obviously, after losing Sterling and Tucker quite early, Tector and Dockrell steadied the ship quite magnificently with a 77-run partnership for the third wicket. And then they sort of continued in that respect. And they pretty much obviously Balbirnie was the last man out, and Balbirnie pretty much steadied the ship throughout, and Tecton Dockrell played around him, and then Delaney and Camper pretty much finished it off. But the bowling, aside from, I mean, obviously Shaheen and Imad Wazim were quite economical, but they weren't able to really be as devastating as they would be. And then you have Shadab Khan being hit around the park, and Abbas Afridi not doing too well. So again, with the second one, Lorcan and Tucker top scoring with 51, and they actually made a higher score there. But the bowling of Pakistan this time around was a little bit more incisive in terms of being able to take more wickets, 3 for Shaheen Afridi. And you could say that both of these teams pretty much are, I mean, they have a similar level of consistency, and they seem to be dependent on one player or maybe two to really give them a lift. And despite the disappointment of getting a duck, Babar Azam, he saw Mohammad Rizwan and Fakhr Zaman really taking the match away from them with that fine 140-run partnership, and then Azam Khan coming in and finishing things off with a few sixes there. And Ireland's bowlers were just pasted, really. So you could say that on the basis of how the batsmen have performed, Pakistan could be favourites, because it will take a lot for the Irish bowlers to recover their confidence in a way. And Paul Stirling at the top of the order will be very concerned about his poor run of form this series. So all portents suggest that Pakistan could recover from the shock of losing their first game by, ending up winning the series, because I believe tomorrow is going to be the last T20. But Ireland have done themselves quite a bit of credit, and they need to know that they need to get a bit more in terms of consistency. Under the likes of Trent Johnston and William Porterfield back in the day, they were always counted on as teams who could consistently do well. But losing some of those players in their caliber and a few others over the years, I think they have to sort of start from scratch over again under the likes of Sterling and Balbirnie and a few others. But they still have a lot of pride and heritage, and they are, of course, a bona fide Test nation. Maybe with more and more exposure in the long form and more recognition, it could filter down to the limited overs stuff. But Pakistan obviously will need to make sure they get their act together if they are to win the series. And that is expected of them, quite frankly.
Yeah. Actual prediction. I'm going to go with. This might be a dark cloud again on the Pakistan nation, the cricket realm. Ireland defeat Pakistan 2-1. They win the series.
No chance. I think.
No, money, you can't say no chance. It's
What do you mean?
Pakistan. They do this type of nonsense.
I disagree. I just don't think Ireland really have the star power this time, or that much in terms of self-belief or confidence to really overcome Pakistan. And some of their batsmen are coming into form at the best possible time, and it should be something that will it should. I wouldn't call it a routine win, but it's an expected win.
Yeah, should be. Well, quickly, I don't believe. Let me just quickly check. Bangladesh, India, woman. Yeah, that's already finished. Bangladesh, Zimbabwe, not without time. Just quickly check what's Bangladesh won the series as expected. So yeah, we'll just quickly pan over to England against Pakistan women. This was meant for Mr. B to, as he did a watch long on his channel, but yeah. England ladies on fire. They struggled to get to total of 163, but they were good with the ball. Looking there at the numbers, Lauren Bell, Sarah Glenn, Even Sophie Ecclestone getting a few wickets. And yeah, as expected, Pakistan women off the bat, they don't fire as they do usually off the ball. So yeah, unfortunately for them, it's another loss, but it's against England. It's fair enough. Of course, the groups were announced earlier. The earlier last week, and these two are in a pool together. Um, where's the pool? Where's the thing? Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's Australia, India, New Zealand, and Pakistan together in one pool. So they're not South Africa or with England, but yeah, Pakistan. If they can't beat England, I don't see a chance of them beating Australia, India, or New Zealand. So yeah, but they've done really well. So and I think they will do a clean sweep this season. Sorry, not the season, the series. So yeah, Manny, you've got anything else to add? Maybe.
Yeah, listen, taking a look at this match, Pakistan's bowler should not be written off because, Maya Bouchier came into the series very much as the form player and was earning rave reviews for her batting in New Zealand. And for her to, be out as early as the fourth over and Wyatt and Capsey following in quick succession. I mean, it was quite a bit of a shock to the system. And Freya Kemp didn't last long either. That was 2 wickets in that over from I think she was run out by a combination of the bowler and the wicketkeeper, Wahid Akhtar and Muniba Ali, respectively. But then, of course, it had to be Captain Fantastic, the knight in shining armor, and Amy Jones as well to do her bit. And then Danny Gibson came in and fired. But Pakistan's bowlers actually had England in all sorts of trouble. Wahid Akhtar and Sadia Iqbal really, broke the back of England's batting earlier on. And had it not been for the middle order, who knows what could have transpired. I think it's fair to say that after Akhtar and Iqbal stopped bowling, the spinners pretty much, helped take the pressure off a little bit. Captain Nida Dar in particular was very expensive, 23 off her 2 overs, and she took herself out of the attack very quickly. It's with the batting that they struggle, the Pakistan ladies, and aside from Shamas, nobody really making a very big contribution. And when it came to England's bowlers, obviously they were determined to show their Pakistan counterparts who was the boss. And Lauren Bell started things magnificently, and then Sarah Glenn, hats off to her, easily man of the match. And it was Amy Jones who ended up becoming player of the match for her stabilizing innings and the 4 catches. But really, it was I would have given it to Glenn for really making sure she made things even more difficult. And Lauren Bell as well doing well, and Eccleston picking up some wickets. So England spinners were able to do what Pakistan spinners couldn't do, and that's pretty much why I think England are just the more well-rounded team. Pakistan will need to improve their batting immensely, and their spinners obviously will need to do a lot more hard work. A bit ironic, of course, that back in the day, Pakistan's men's spinners used to be talked about as being among the best in the world. Well before your time, though, Hannah. You probably won't remember the likes of Iqbal Qasim, Tausif Ahmed, Mushtaq Ahmed, Thakleen Mushtaq, and several others. Back then, those guys, were real quality, and not even Pakistan's current men's spinners can really maybe with the exception of Shadab Khan, but even then, he may never be able to live up to the example that those spinners set back in the day. But with as far as the women are concerned, there is a lot of room for improvement. They've shown some promise with the ball in the opening overs, but their batting has to improve and improve fast. Otherwise, I'm not sure they'll be able to make a mark in the tournament.
Yeah, no, fair enough, fair enough. Prediction, I said clean sweep the series. It's a 3-match women's T20. Yeah. Um, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I can't look beyond the clean sweep of the series, really. Unless Pakistan
Okay.
get their act together, then it's going to be very difficult.
Okay. Let's just check if there is any other stuff that's going on.
Some big news
International.
with some big news with the South African connection, albeit with the Netherlands. I've just found out on Cricinfo that Colin Ackerman and Roelof van der Merwe will not be taking part in the upcoming World Cup because they've opted to fulfill their county contracts
Wow.
instead. So,
Massive news for Netherlands.
yeah, but good news for South
That's a
Africa
big
because at least if South Africa play the Netherlands in this tournament, you won't lose to them.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without those two South Africans, I think your lot might have a chance against them if they come up against one another.
Yeah. So, what Netherlands Tri Nations T20 series? Okay, interesting. Netherlands, Scotland, and Ireland. Okay. England against not England, USA against Bangladesh. That should be a good one. But yeah, nothing really else. So yeah. Then that is that. Then on county scene, I don't know what's really going on. This is um domestic. Um, no, okay. So yeah, then that's that. Be up Mr. B, be up Manny for joining. Mr. B's link to both of these channels are in the description. Do check it out. And yeah, go give him a sub. Let's get him to 250 subs on the other one. So yeah, then see you all in a bit, people. Cheers.